Hello there guys, welcome to one of my videos. On this video, there's a few things to negotiate about. So I am going to be giving you the latest news on Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille. I'm not too sure if I have pronounced his surname correctly. Then I'm going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Jack Grealish. So let's start with the news anyway on Gabriel Magalhaes. So according to Sky Sports, Manchester United are interested in Magalhaes. There's also quite a few other clubs that are monitoring him, and that is Everton. They've expressed their interest. Also to PSG have expressed their interest. I also think it's mentioned that Arsenal are interested in him and Napoli are interested in him. Sky Sports has said that Napoli are emerged as the front runners to sign Magalhaes. Now, as you all know, Napoli have already signed Victor Osimhen for around £45 million. Now, Gabriel Magalhaes is worth around £22 million, and that's actually a cheap solution. I think it did recently say that an unknown Premier League club had put around the £22 million bidding for the player. He is only the age of 22. He is a centre-half, and Manchester United are in search for a centre-half, despite the fact that we've got like 7 centre-halves in the team. We need someone to go alongside Harry Maguire in our backline. We need someone on Harry Maguire's level, because quite clearly, Eric Bailly, he's always injured. And of course, Victor Lindelof is not on Harry Maguire's level. So should we recommend him in to Manchester United now? This has been Gabriel Magalhaes' third season, I think, with Lille. He has got a contract with Lille until 2023. Since his arrival at Lille, he has made like 52 appearances. I think he's played around 30 odd games this season for Lille in all competitions. By the way, Lille did not get Champions League qualification, so they are going to be in the Europa League for next season, but I think they did finish 4th. Lille, I think, paid around 1.5 million for him. I think they did get him from, was it Avia, that team Avia, if I pronounced the team's name correctly. He also had loan spells with Dynamo Zagreb, and I think he also had a loan spell with Troyes. I think Lille have confirmed that he is going to be allowed to leave. So I do expect him to leave in this summer transfer window. But like I said, I don't know where he's going to be going, because there is a lot of clubs that are in for the player. But there's been stories going on about this, for the last couple of days, saying that, Manchester United have been interested in him. He's not the only centre-half that's been on our agenda. Obviously, we've been looking at Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli. He's been in our agenda for a long, long time. But obviously, Kalidou Koulibaly is going to cost us a hell of a lot more than Gabriel Magalhaes. Also, too, Nathan Ake from Bournemouth. He's been another centre-half on our agenda. I think we've recently expressed an interest in Tyrone Mings from Aston Villa. But Manchester United definitely need a centre-half, because we do need to improve in that back line. So that's the latest news regarding him. Now, let me give you the latest news regarding Jack Grealish. So, we have confirmed that if Jack Grealish signs for Manchester United in this summer transfer window, he will not be a certain starter. And I said that to you yesterday, didn't I? He will not be a certain starter, with Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba in the team. But despite that, according to the Independent, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still wants to sign Jack Grealish. Aston Villa have already revealed their asking price. They do want around £80 million. But maybe we've got strong reservations about paying £80 million for the player. And I said yesterday that, we'd culled our interest in Grealish, because obviously, because of Aston Villa's asking price. Obviously, Dean Smith has given his perception on the Jack Grealish transfer saga, and he recently said that Villa have got no intentions of selling him. They've no intentions of selling him, but he did say his future will be resolved next month. Recent reports have said that Arsenal have expressed their interest in Jack Grealish. Now, up until this point, Jack Grealish has spent the entirety of his career with Aston Villa. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6, and he's been in their senior squad since 2014. So this was his 6th season in Aston Villa's senior squad, but he spent the entirety of his career with Villa so far. He's still got a contract with Aston Villa until 2023, so still a few years left on his current contract. He reported out quite a few weeks ago saying that Manchester City were interested in Jack Grealish. Because obviously, they did sell Leroy Sané to Bayern Munich. Obviously, back in the summer of 2018, Tottenham were very, very close to getting him. Don't forget, Grealish had that incident with his £80,000 Range Rover in March. I think he crashed his Range Rover into like 3 parked cars, and he'd been fined like £150,000 for this. And reflects on that, that put his move to Manchester United in doubt. I think it did say quite a few weeks ago now that he also had a car accident after lockdown. So that's 2 offences now Grealish has committed. Villa have stayed up, obviously. So Villa now may believe that they can convince Grealish to stay for at least another season. If Villa would have been relegated, then I would have definitely assured that Grealish would have left Aston Villa. But Grealish feels as though now he's far too good for Aston Villa. Aston Villa cannot match his ability. His versatility is very, very good. And Grealish is only the age of 24. He is only the age of 24, but probably Grealish now wants to take his footballing career to the next level. So that is the latest news on Grealish. So if we ain't going to get enough starts, then I just can't see the point in us recommending him in to the football club. But he is one of our priority targets. And it did say at one point we was willing to more than double his wages, Jack Grealish. We've looked at around 3 alternatives to Jack Grealish because I will make an admission, these cheaper solutions than Jack Grealish. Obviously, we've been looking at Donny van de Beek from Ajax for a long time. We'd probably get him in the 50-odd or the 60-odd million pound range maybe. Thomas Partey, you can say he's also an alternative. Recent reports have said that Arsenal have had a second bid turned down for Thomas Partey. Reportedly, they made was it a €25 million bid or was it pounds? Plus they offered a player as part of the deal, but Atletico Madrid have turned this down. So they've had 2 bids now turned down. Atletico Madrid remain ruthless over their valuation. They have said they will only let Thomas Partey leave if his release clause is triggered. And I think Thomas Partey's release clause is around 45 million or just over 45 million pounds. And he's still got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2023, Thomas Partey. So you can also say he's another alternative. Thiago Alcantara, you can say he's also a cheaper alternative than Jack Grealish. Because like he updated you yesterday, Bayern Munich revealed their asking price for Thiago. And they've said they want just over £27 million. I think Liverpool are emerged as the favourites to get Thiago on the board. It did say quite a few weeks ago that Thiago had put his house up for sale because he's expected to leave Bayern Munich in this summer transfer window. He has been a long servant at Bayern Munich. This has been his 7th season with Munich. He's won a total of 14 major honours with Munich. Munich did pay around €25 million for him from Barcelona back in 2013. And I think Thiago has got, is it just a year or under a year left on his current contract with Munich. I think Thiago, by the way, is in his late 20s. He's 29 years of age, and he's predominantly a box-to-box midfielder. But Liverpool are emerged as the favourites to get him. Don't forget, it did say quite a few weeks ago that Liverpool had set the limit for the player. They was only willing to offer 18 million. Then it had said before that Liverpool had agreed to get him for around £31 million. It said Liverpool had paid 27 million up front with 4 million in add-ons. So they are 3 cheaper alternatives than Jack Grealish. You already know the news regarding Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, Sancho is expected to return to training with Dortmund today, and he's obviously going to get tested for the coronavirus. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund remain ruthless over their valuation because Dortmund have said that they want 109 million for Sancho. We may have to end up paying what Dortmund are demanding to get him on the board. Don't forget, we did recently say that we will not pay what Borussia Dortmund are demanding. It did say recently that we'd set our limit, and we was only willing to pay 80 million for the player. Reports from the German press came out earlier on this week saying that we allegedly had an £89 million bid turned down for Sancho, but actually, Manchester United had denied this. At one point, it said we was only willing to pay 50 million for Sancho. But now we have got qualification for the Champions League. We've got much greater chance of getting Sancho on the board. If we didn't get qualification for the Champions League, then I don't think we'd have had any chance of getting Sancho on the board. But obviously, Kicker, which I think is a German outlet, they said yesterday that Sancho now prefers a move to Liverpool over Man United. The main explanation is because obviously he knows he's got a much better chance of winning the title with Liverpool than he has Manchester United. But I still think, there's a chance we can get Sancho on the board. But we have now begun negotiations with Borussia Dortmund. But it has been a long-running transfer saga. He is our number one priority target, and he has been our number one priority target for a while. Fabrizio Romano's spoken about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga quite a few times. Christian Falk said the other week we've not yet put a bid in for the player. And Simon Stone the other week from the BBC also, mentioned, the Jadon Sancho transfer saga. But Dortmund, I think, have come to accept the fact that he does want to leave. So obviously, they are looking for replacements for him. Dortmund did get Haaland in January. They recently got Jude Bellingham from Birmingham. But the deadline's already been set, for the sale of Sancho. We've got until the 10th of August to sign the player. So the news regarding him. But we've also looked at alternatives to Sancho. Obviously, we've looked at Figo Almeida before. We've looked at Rabbi Matondo from Schalke. Recently, we've looked at Pau Torres from Villarreal. Ferran Torres from Valencia. But looks like, he's going to be going to Manchester City. The last time I read up about that. We've also looked at Ousmane Dembele. So, yeah, we've looked at a few alternatives. It said the other week that was interesting, Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich, and it said we'd inquire about getting him on loan if we don't get Sancho on the board. So that is the latest on all of the transfer news. But as you all know now, the summer transfer window is open. Like I said, teams will obviously want to recruit. I did make an admission regarding Chelsea recently. They've done very, very good recruitment so far. Obviously, they've signed 2 players so far under Lampard. Obviously, they've got Timo Werner from Leipzig for around £48 million. They got Hakim Ziyech back in February for around £37 or £38 million. Yeah, revert back to what I just said. Kai Havertz, Chelsea are looking to get him on the board. He did actually say not too long ago that Chelsea agreed around an £80 million fee with Leverkusen. Don't forget, Chelsea are looking to get Ben Chilwell on the board from Leicester. So Chelsea could be in now with a shout for next season. Of course, Arsenal are going to do some recruitment in this summer transfer window because they desperately need signings. Tottenham will want to make signings as well. They have made some signings since Jose Mourinho got appointed in. But, they need more signings to Tottenham. But like I said, Daniel Levy doesn't like to spend big, at Tottenham, don't forget. Liverpool will want to make 1 or 2 signings because, Liverpool will want to continue their dominance up. Obviously, they have won the Premier League, their first ever Premier League. And, of course, they did end their 30-year drought. Man City, they're another team that will want to make signings. I think they've already made 1 signing now, but obviously, they want to make more than that. So, yeah. But I always like, talking about, the transfer rumours. I really, really do. As you all know, our transfer budget for this summer transfer window has been revealed. I think we have got around £140 million to spend. Obviously, Solskjaer has told the board to back him. And he's also instructed our board to go and get his preferred targets, because obviously he's already outlined his transfer plans after Champions League qualification. It did confirm just before the resumption of the season that we had taken a £140 million loan, to help us get the players that we want in this summer transfer window. But I think Solskjaer has told Ed Woodward to go and make at least 3 signings in this summer transfer window, because I think we need at least 3 signings. There is still deficiencies in the squad that do need to be addressed. Like I said, we're looking to recommend a right winger in. We're looking to recommend a holding midfielder in, but some Manchester United fans don't think we're going to get a holding midfielder in. We probably do need a holding midfielder, because people will say the likes of Matic, Fred and McTominay aren't going to be reliable enough for us for next season. Don't get me wrong, I think Matic has enjoyed a good season, Fred's enjoyed a good season, so too has McTominay, but I do think we need a holding midfielder in there. Obviously, we need to get a centre-half in. I think we're also looking to recommend a left-back in, but there's still deficiencies in the squad that do need to be addressed, definitely. Obviously, it said recently that Solskjaer is targeting around 5 players, to overhaul the Manchester United squad. Solskjaer so far at the football club has made 4 permanent signings, and he's spent just over £200 million. And I've got to say, we have done good recruitment under Solskjaer. He's brought the players that he's wanted to bring in, because we have been criticised for several years, reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been, and we've also been criticised for overpaying for players and that. But at the start of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure, he did say that he wanted to make around 9 signings and all of that. He agreed this, with Mike Phelan. But, Solskjaer's been at Manchester United now over a year and a half. I think he's been permanent Manchester United manager for around, 15 or 16 months? Around 15 or 16 months. And I've got to say, it's a fantastic achievement, to get qualification for the Champions League and to finish 3rd. Because let's put into the equation, it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first full season at the football club. Earlier on in the season, you wouldn't have thought we'd have finished 3rd. You wouldn't have even thought we'd have finished in the top 8, the top 9, or even the top half of the table, the way we was playing. Because earlier on in the season, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And at that point, Solskjaer was close to getting sacked as Manchester United manager. But like I said, there's been an upturn in form since January. There really, really has. We're unbeaten in our last 14 Premier League games. The last time we lost in the Premier League was that 2-0 defeat to Burnley back in January. Don't forget, we did go on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions until Chelsea beating us in the FA Cup semi-final by 3-1. But Solskjaer, did say prior to the Leicester game, he gave the main explanations why there's been an upturn in our form is because of the signing of Bruno Fernandes. Definitely Bruno Fernandes has made the difference in the team. He really, really has. Bruno Fernandes has been probably the player of the season. He scored 10 goals since his arrival from Sporting Lisbon. Bruno Fernandes became the first Manchester United player to win back-to-back Player of the Months since Cristiano Ronaldo and that. But definitely the foreseeable future for Man United. Also, too, the confidence has been there. The belief has been there. Like I said, the team have shown that they are going places and that. So this is the reasons in our good vein of form. But like I said, we've currently got a good squad at the moment. Like I did say, it was always good enough to finish in the top 4. But I said, as it stands at the moment, the squad is not good enough to win the league and it's not good enough to challenge for the league. But if we can make around 3 or 4 signings in this summer transfer window, there's a possibility chance that, we can challenge for the title next season. Because I think next season anyway, our expectations will be to challenge for the Premier League title. And, we've got to spend money to be up there with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. This has been the 7th season now we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up, and we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. Like I said, our focus now is the Europa League. The Europa League games are in August. I want us to win the Europa League because it's the only chance we've got of winning any silverware this season under Solskjaer. We haven't yet won out in terms of silverware under him. But I think we are emerged as one of the favourites to win the Europa League. Obviously, we've won it before, won it under Jose Mourinho. We're 5-0 up against Lask from the first leg. We play Lask in the second leg on the 5th of August. Obviously, winning the quarterfinals of the Europa League anyway. So it'd be very, very good, to win the Europa League, and I think we'd generate more money by doing that. Obviously, for us getting qualification for the Champions League, I think we've got an extra £70 million in revenue. And we knew how important Champions League qualification was, for our players, attracting players, and for the financial structure and all of that. But like I said, Solskjaer's got big decisions to make in this summer transfer window. Like I said, what players he's going to recommend in, and what players he's going to get rid of. I've got an idea, the players he's going to get rid of. We could get rid of up to 9 players in this summer transfer window. Up to 9 players. That's what we could do. I think minimum we'll get rid of probably 6 or 7. I think we'll get rid of quite a lot of players permanently, and we'll loan some players out. I think the players we'll get rid of permanently is Jesse Lingard. We'll definitely get rid of him. I also expect us to get rid of Andres Pereira because obviously Pereira isn't getting in the team now. Alexis Sanchez, I want us to get rid of him permanently. You know the news regarding Alexis Sanchez, don't you? I give you the news on him this morning. Also give you the news on him yesterday. Inter Milan did make a loan offer plus an obligation to buy for around €15 million, but this had been turned down, this offer, by Manchester United, because I don't think we'll let Sanchez go on another season loan. I think, we just want to get rid of him permanently to free up our wage bill completely. Inter Milan chef has made an admission saying that Inter Milan are interested in getting Sanchez permanently. I think we've said we want around 17 or 18 million to get rid of him permanently. Inter Milan probably would be happy to pay this fee, but I think it's Sanchez's wages that is a stumbling block, because Sanchez at Man United is on 400 grand a week, potentially rising up to 500 grand a week based on the image rights and the bonuses. And despite the fact he's on loan at Inter Milan now, we're still paying the vast majority of his wages. I believe we're paying Sanchez like 300 grand a week, and Inter Milan are paying like the other £100,000 a week. Sanchez has got a contract with us until 2022. So still, is it 2 years or just under 2 years left on his current contract? Obviously, Solskjaer said he wants Sanchez back at Man United, and he said back in January that Sanchez would come back to prove everybody wrong, but Sanchez does not want to return to Man United because obviously he won't even get in the team if he came back anywhere. He'd be used as a squad player. Like I said to you, Sanchez did endure a difficult 18 months with us. Obviously had a lot of injuries, made 45 appearances in all competitions and only managed 5 goals. We got Sanchez back in January 2018 as part of a swap deal with Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal. So the news regarding Alexis Sanchez. We'll also be looking to get rid of Diego Dalot. He's only made 1 start in the Premier League this season. Obviously, he's had a few injuries, and he's our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka, is Diego Dalot. But I don't really rate him. I really, really don't. And we did get Diego Dalot in Jose Mourinho's final transfer window. We paid like 19 million for him from Porto, and Dalot has got a contract with us until 2023. Another player we're looking at to get rid of is Smalling. Get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with Roma at the moment. Also looking to get rid of Rojo. He's out on loan at Estudiantes at the moment. Get rid of him permanently. We'll be also looking to get rid of Phil Jones. We're looking to get rid of Joe Pereira permanently. He's out on loan with Hearts. The possibility chance as well that we could get rid of Juan Mata. Juan Mata's been a long servant at the club. This has been Juan Mata's 6th season at Manchester United. Good player. We got him from Chelsea back in 2014 for just under £40 million. But Juan Mata doesn't really get in the team now. But when he does, he still does make a fantastic impact. But we're definitely going to get rid of players in this summer transfer window. And if we do that anywhere, it will increase our transfer budget. It really, really will, and it will help us with our rebuilding process. But I think the worst player probably Man United have got is probably Jesse Lingard. He did score in our 2-0 win against Leicester. And that was his first goal for the football club since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first game in charge. That just indicates how inconsistent he has been. We'll look. Solskjaer's going to decide on what players he's going to loan out. Don't forget this week. Well, that's what it said. I think he's going to loan Garner out. Swansea and Cardiff have been interested in him, so too with Doncaster. I think he's going to loan Dylan Levitt out, loan Tahith Chong out because Tahith Chong isn't getting in the team. Possibly loan Tuan Zebe out. Possibly loan Fossa Mensah out. We could possibly loan Daniel James out, especially if we do sign Sancho. Or that's what I mean. Mason Greenwood will probably be put in a different role if we do sign Jadon Sancho in this summer transfer window and that. So yeah, decisions have got to be made. On my recent video, I give you the breaking news, didn't I, regarding Dean Henderson. Sky Sports have said that our contract talks with Dean Henderson have hit a crucial stage, which is very, very good. And reportedly, Dean Henderson's future will be much clearer in the next couple of weeks. I think we're looking to get Dean Henderson a new 5-year contract at the club. And reportedly, Dean Henderson could be one of the highest paid goalkeepers in Europe. But I think Dean Henderson will only sign a new contract if he's to be assured our number one goalkeeper for next season. I don't know. So Solskjaer's got a goalkeeping decision to make on Dean Henderson and David De Gea. I think a lot of United fans would like to see Dean Henderson as number one next season and not David De Gea. Dean Henderson has currently got a contract with us until 2022. But he's been Sheffield United's player of the season without a shadow of a doubt. I also believe for next season that Luke Shaw will remain our first choice left back because obviously he's more experienced than Brandon Williams. But I still think Brandon Williams has enjoyed a very, very good season. Enjoyed, a very, very good season and that. But like I said to you before, even if we didn't get qualification for the Champions League, I still knew that Solskjaer was going to be Man United manager for next season because it is a transition period and it has been a transition period for a while. And let's put into the equation, Solskjaer's inheriting players even from the Mourinho era, he's inheriting some players even from the Van Gaal era, and he's still inheriting, Mattery from the Moyes era, and there's still a few players even from the Ferguson era, but the vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's and that. But Solskjaer is our fourth permanent manager since the Ferguson era because obviously, we sat David Moyes, Louis Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And Man United haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers and that. But in the last 7 years, we have been playing catch-up. We haven't only had different managers with different philosophies. We spent close to the £1 billion range on players. We've recruited over 30-odd players since the Ferguson era. We've got players on big contracts at the football club. There's been a lot of problems at the football club for several years, with the club's ownership, the Glazers. There's been a lot of problems with Ed Woodward. There's also, been a lot of problems with the club's board and that. So, there you go. But I still don't know if Solskjaer has a foreseeable future for Man United. Like I said, next season will definitely be the big test for Solskjaer at Manchester United. It really, really will. Solskjaer worked out his transfer strategy earlier on in his managerial career and he said that he wants to recruit young British talents to Man United. 3 of the 5 players he's brought in so far, of course, are British. Like I said, there's 2 players that have turned down moves to Man United since Solskjaer came in, and that was Haaland and Jude Bellingham and that. Like I've said to you before, Solskjaer won't replicate Ferguson's legacy at Man United or last as long as Ferguson did, but no manager at Man United or no manager in general will replicate Ferguson's legacy. But I still think we can get back being competitive under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era and that. Reflecting how long Solskjaer's been at the club now, he's got managerial experience behind him, because Man United is the 3rd club in his managerial career, So it's good that he's tried a few different things at the club. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.